Okay, Trevor for Saanich here. I'm gonna go this way. Orientation locked. Okay, never mind. I welcome to my very first YouTube live. Took me a while to set that up. Not sure if it's best. I think Facebook's probably the best place to be doing live platform. It's where most people are paying attention. Twitter might be helpful in a particular case. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. I spent the evening, obviously, Cadborough Bay United Church for the Residents Association. There's all candidates meeting. It was awesome. You know, I was kind of like, these guys didn't really tell us their format until later. And then when you started hearing the questions, they were toughies. And yet, I think most, by and large, the pool did very well of candidates, did well answering the questions. And even those who kind of skirted around the edges, it was a tough question. There's no way anyone wanted to have answered that one. So, longer story shorter is that I'm really happy. I played my saxophone for about 45 minutes until the place, outside the doors, just as people were coming in. Wanted to be the guy memorable, so I played my sax. And then got in the room. It was starting to pack up, about half full, half of what it would turn into, which is more like 1.5 capacity. So it was very well attended. And I think I nailed it. I had a few things I wanted to say that I didn't get squeeze in, but 2 minutes or 1 minute each, it's hard to say everything you want to say. So anyway, it was a very good night. It was very relaxing. There were a lot of funny moments. There was a little less terseness, still some, on the mayoral debate side. I mean, there were a couple little zingers and a couple retorts on the councillors' sides, but a lot of it was just attribution back to someone who had made a comment earlier, which is just good discussion, right? So I'm pretty darn happy with how it went, both for myself, as far as my performance, as well as canvassing and having fun. This is why I got into the race, to have these policy discussions, to bring up the ideas, to get to know the other thought leaders and potential community leaders. So it was great. And I thought that all three mayoral candidates did a much better job than they did last time around. Rob's my friend, and I was glad to see him really relaxed. And I think we all do, and he certainly does perform better when we're relaxed. I also shout out to Teal, who was sitting beside me today, because we had a few backs and forth, kind of like Rishi and I did last week, just about, catching on to things that were said or funny things about the question asked, or it was just fun, that we were both geeking out on the sort of policy end of things. And shout out to Rebecca, who I guess gave me a shout out as she was doing her opening remarks after I just finished mine, just random chance that she would follow me. And she goes, "How do I follow that?" or something. It was quite sweet. I did, of course, do live tweeting of the entire event. And this time I let people know that's what I was doing, so people understood what was happening. And I even made my fedora part of what happened. So, I sat there with my fedora on for a while. And I still hadn't told people I was live tweeting, so they might have thought, this guy's got his hat on in church, he's on his phone. And then I said, well, hats off to the under 40 crowd for coming out tonight. So I kind of made my hat a prop, and then I explained that I was live tweeting the event, and that I was doing a public service. So there you go. That was my night at the Cadborough Bay all candidates meeting. Got to meet Benjamin Allen also to my right, because we were in alphabetical order tonight. Nice to meet him. And it was a good night all around. Glad to be a part of this, even if I don't sleep anymore these days. Okay, ciao.